Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update. And in the news this evening, man found dead at St. Mary's School. A man was found dead at Galena Primary School in St. Mary Tuesday morning, which resulted in the closure of the institution for the day. The police say they are investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of a man whose body was found with blood on his face in the school's auditorium in the community of Galena, near Porta Maria in the parish Tuesday morning. A police report is suggesting that on Monday, February 10, at approximately 11:30 p.m., the watchman at the school saw a man with whom he is familiar enter the auditorium and fall asleep. About 5:50 a.m., while opening the school, the watchman tried to wake the man, but he did not respond. It is understood that the watchman then realized that the man who was lying on a mattress had what appeared to be blood above his right eye. The police were alerted and the body was removed to a morgue. Investigations are ongoing to determine the cause of death. Mackerel charged with 2024 triple murder on Wilder Street, Kingston. Detectives assigned to the Major Investigations Division have charged a man in connection with a triple murder on Wilder Street, Kingston 16 in May last year. He is 24-year-old Damian McRae, otherwise called Mackerel, of Sunrise Crescent, Kingston 19. The Jamaica Constabulary Forces Corporate Communications Unit says on May 13, 2024, about 3:10 p.m., a group of men was along Wilder Street when a motor car drove up. Armed men reportedly exited the vehicle and opened a gunfire in the direction of the men before fleeing the scene in the waiting motor car. The CCU says that the police responded to the incident, and on their arrival, 23-year-old O'Malley Clark, 20-year-old Troy Dennis, and 15-year-old Marquise Morgan, all of Kingston 16 addresses, were seen with multiple gunshot wounds. They were taken to hospital where they were pronounced dead. A teenager who was also injured during the incident was treated at hospital. CCU says on Saturday, February 8, McRae was accosted and interviewed by detectives in the presence of his attorney and was subsequently charged with 3 counts of murder, possession of prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and wounding with intent. Bail granted to 19-year-old allegedly caught with identity information. 19-year-old Dante Edwards, who is charged with possession of identity information, was granted $500,000 bail when he appeared in the St. Catherine Parish Court on Tuesday. Attorney at law Michael Lorne made a successful application on Edwards' behalf, telling the court that his client is naive and was sent the information by others. He is not a bad person and has no criminal connection or intention and is a suitable candidate for bail and will return to honor his name, Lawrence said. Senior Parish Court Judge Desiree Allain granted bail on condition that Edwards reports to the Caymanas Police each Tuesday. The matter has been transferred to the Circuit Court, where a hearing is scheduled for May 15. On February 5, police reportedly conducted a targeted search at Edwards' home in Nago Head. He was not present, but later went to the Portmore police station to make checks. While there, his cellular phone was searched and the lead sheets consisting of names, addresses, social security numbers, and other details of persons living overseas were allegedly found. Edwards was arrested and subsequently charged with possession of identity information. Manchester man accused of defrauding another in carbine deal charged. The police in Manchester on Monday charged a man for allegedly defrauding another out of over $1.4 million in a car purchase deal. Javan Naran, 34, otherwise called Naran, of Mandeville, is charged with larceny by trick, non-delivery of goods and services, and the failure to issue a customer receipt. His court date is being finalized. According to the police, the incident occurred in the Clarkstown district of Mandeville between April and October 2024. Reports from the Mandeville police are that the complainant sought to purchase a motor vehicle and asked Naran for assistance in locating one. Naran allegedly requested a down payment of $1,450,000, to which the complainant agreed. The police stated that Naran later conspired with another man to mislead the complainant with conflicting stories when asked about the vehicle's delivery. A report was made to the police and an investigation was launched. On Monday, Naran was apprehended and later charged following a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. NEPA warns of Venomous Portuguese man-o-war washing ashore in Jamaica. The National Environment and Planning Agency is advising the public to exercise caution when visiting coastal areas across the island, following reports of Portuguese man-o-war Psychosalis washing ashore in parts of Portland. NEPA says beachgoers and individuals engaging in coastal activities should remain vigilant, as the Portuguese man-o-war can still sting even after it is dead due to a reflex action of its tentacles. It says while stings are rarely fatal to humans, they can cause intense pain, welts, and irritation that may last 1 to 3 hours. Often mistaken for jellyfish, the Portuguese man-o-war is a siphonophore, a specialized colony of zooids that function together as a single organism. The agency says it is easily identified by its balloon-like float, which is typically blue, violet, or pink, and rises up to 6 inches above the waterline. Beneath the float, long tentacles and pulps can grow to an average length of 10 meters, about 30 feet, with some reaching up to 30 meters, about 100 feet. The tentacles of the Portuguese man-o-war are equipped with stinging nematocystis, microscopic capsules containing coiled, barbed tubes that deliver venom. This venom is powerful enough to paralyze and kill small fish and crustaceans. Portuguese man-o-war are typically found in tropical and subtropical seas. They are transported by ocean currents and winds and often travel in groups, sometimes forming colonies of 1,000 or more. NEPA advises the public to take the following precautions. Avoid touching the Portuguese man-o-war, whether it is in the water or washed ashore. Wear protective footwear when walking along coastal areas. If stung, rinse the affected area with seawater and remove tentacle remnants carefully using a pair of tweezers. Do not rub the area, as this can worsen the reaction. Seek medical attention if symptoms persist or worsen. In the sea, swimmers should not approach them, as the training stingers can be as much as 20 to 30 feet away from the float at the sea surface. Man charged for murder of 14-year-old schoolgirl Price Johnson. The St. Andrews South Criminal Investigations Branch has formally charged 38-year-old Imanaya Lidner with the brutal murder of 14-year-old schoolgirl Price Johnson. Lidner has also been charged with housebreaking and wounding with intent. The wounding charge relates to an attack on a relative of Johnson who came to her aid during the ordeal. The male relative was struck on the head by Lidner as he attempted to escape, the police reported. According to reports, on the afternoon of Thursday, February 6, Johnson was at home in Palm Grove Court, St. Andrew, when a man entered her apartment. Shortly after, screams were heard. A male relative, who was alerted, entered the residence and was later seen wrestling with the intruder, who managed to escape. Johnson was subsequently found inside the apartment with wounds to her head and the face. The injured teenager was taken to hospital, where she died while undergoing treatment. Following investigative efforts, Lidner was apprehended at his residence on Sunday, February 9, with assistance from his relatives after he had not been seen over the weekend. He was taken into safe custody and the formal charges were laid against him on Tuesday, February 11. His court date has not yet been finalized. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.